Hello from Shalom Acres. We were asked to do a video update on our root cellar, and I'm going to start off by on the outside showing folks that yes, it is still not buried. You can see that the back half is probably within a couple inches of being buried, but the front was not buried. I'll just do a quick little walk all the way around it. You can see, so overall, kind of where it's at. So the back is within a foot of being buried, and the sides here are probably within 3 feet of being buried. But the front wall is on the left side by the door is fully open, and we're about 4 foot from being buried here. And the reason why I haven't buried it yet is there was some concerns early on about are we going to have enough basically with 2 foot of dirt on it to hold temperature. And it was one of these pieces where I found an opportunity to get some steel panels that actually have foam in them. So they're one continuous piece that goes all the way across. I've got enough right now that's doing just over half of the root cellar. So you can see I've got almost over half of it. I had to cut out where the vents and stuff are. But overall, this, by having this extra top on here with the insulation, is going to go ahead and simulate about 14 inches of dirt. Plus, if you look here, the other part that's kind of nice is it's going to give me a little bit of an overhang. And this overhang then, whoops, sorry for the sun, the overhang is going to allow us to not have water that could potentially get down inside here. And it's going to also give us an opportunity to mound up some more dirt. So I want to talk about that first. Now we'll go inside and we'll actually talk about what we're seeing in the root cellar. Because so far we've had some degrees, our temperatures outside that have been 0 degrees. Wait, before I go in. When it's getting real cold out, when it was 0 degrees, I was worried that our supply vents here, this one right here, and this one was going to allow too much cool air in. So what I actually did was I took off those fittings right now, because those fittings are just slipped on. I took those off and actually put a bucket over the top, so it would not allow all that cool air down inside the root cellar. So by doing that and still not being fully buried, the lowest temperature we ever got in the root cellar was 34 degrees. So we'll come on inside here now and look and see. Yep, we got the lights all set up. And yes, this is our sausage, and it has quite a little bit of mold on the casings, but boy, they're getting almost firm and ready to go. So let's see what our temperature is right now. We're sitting at 46 degrees. 46 degrees inside the root cellar. I've got a few extra little things. So what we've been storing in here, I've got some horseradish root. It's doing great, so we can bless some people in the spring with that. All of our sausages in here, because I didn't want to go ahead and have to continue to run an outside heater for cool nights. I've got some blue Hubbards still up top. They are looking great. Have not had any of those rot or anything at all. They're just doing real good. You can see on this end of this one, there's just a little bit of, I don't know if it's a mold or something that's growing, but it's definitely looking good. So the blue Hubbards have been in here. We've used some, but we've also blessed some people with some, and we've kept them in here, and there's been no problems with them storing. We've got some white potatoes that we've had. You can see that they are starting to get a little bit of eyes on them. Nothing crazy. These are actually going to be the rest of the seed potatoes. I've actually already put in the ground 20 pounds of potatoes already. I know some folks are saying it's early, and it might be a little bit early, but I'm willing to take the chance to go ahead and put those in. And the other piece that we've got is carrots that we've been storing. And the carrots are really interesting. I'm trying to get you a good photo. So we've got 20 pounds of carrots. So we don't have the most beautiful looking carrots in the world. But one thing I will tell you about the carrots, when we pulled them up and put them in here, after 2 days, they became soft. I mean, they were kind of squishy. And now, I came in 2 weeks afterwards and I checked the carrots again because I was thinking, oh boy, we potentially messed up. But after 2 weeks, I don't know when it actually changed, but they came super firm again. And these are so sweet, these carrots. These are the sweetest carrots I think I've ever had. And yeah, they're growing a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's amazing how sweet these are. And we eat these regularly. And the reason why the sausage has extra mold on it, normally I actually wipe this all off. But this year, we decided not to. After talking with Zach over at an American Homestead, he gave me some good websites and a few places to look, and he actually gave me enough confidence that it wasn't going to cause any harm to the meat. And the reason why this mold is actually growing a little bit more than normal is because this root cellar just has such a high humidity base to it. It's amazing when you come from outside in here. Not only is it cold, it depends on the outside temperature. It's either colder or warmer, but you can feel just the dampness when you come in here. So that part has been just wonderful. And so that's what we're using the root cellar for. I will tell you, we had our sweet potatoes down in here. They were actually stored in some milk crates right in this spot. And they did fine for probably 2.5 months. And then they started getting a little bit of a fuzzy mold on the outside of them, and it started, kind of where the scars would be from when you pulled the potatoes up, where it was a root or something came off. But then it actually started to cover the whole potato. And I knew sweet potatoes were supposed to be kept at a warmer temperature, but I really wanted to try to minimize having extra food in the house, because that's one of the things that we built the root cellar for. But after 2.5 months, they got a little bit of a mold on the outside skin of the potato. So I took them, I didn't wipe them off, didn't do anything. I just brought them back in the house, got them in a room that's about 65 degrees, and within 2 days, that mold completely died, and the potatoes are back. There's, just all the skin that you see, there's nothing wrong with them at all. It's just amazing. So right now, what we're seeing is, white potatoes are great. Root plants are doing really well. Squashes seem to be doing well in the root cellar. But the things that did not do well, we don't want to keep sweet potatoes in here long term, and though we'll see where we're at. Now, we haven't put in our interior door yet, so this may allow us to actually then potentially put sweet potatoes in here, because this would be a great spot, just stacked up here in some milk crates. That would potentially allow us to do that if we do see a change in temperature where this front area ends up being a little bit warmer than the back area. But I'm watching it close to see what happens, because it hasn't been a year yet, and I really want to give it a full year. But my plan is to have it fully covered, hopefully by the end or first part of May, and then we'll see what temperatures maintain from there. So that's kind of what we're looking for in the root cellar. Hopefully this gives you a good little update and gives you the confidence. If you're going to plan on building one this year, I would say definitely thumbs up. Go ahead and do it, because it's just amazing what it's offering for our family from a food storage standpoint. Would not have been able to keep some of the squash and zucchini, or squash and potatoes, I don't think, as long. Carrots definitely would not have been able to make it without some sort of refrigerator. And we actually got too cold where I think we would have killed the carrots, because it got down to 0 degrees. So we did have 2 nights of 0 degrees, and like I said, the coolest the temperature in here got was 34. If you got some other questions on that, on anything, just please put them down below. I'll be sure to answer them for you. But we do plan on finishing the front as far as landscaping, and then also planning on putting 2 full feet of dirt on top, along with those foam panels. So then that should simulate that we'll actually have 3 feet of dirt on top. So that'll probably be the next video that we'll make on the root cellar when we're done, unless somebody else has some specific questions that may need to be answered by a larger group. So thanks for watching. Those of you that watch the whole series, I appreciate you watching it, and hopefully it gives you something to think about, and hopefully you'll end up doing it on your homestead, because I think it's been a big improvement for our homestead, not only from food storage, but it also gives us a great outlet for our family to come if there would be bad weather. So thank you. Shalom. Have a wonderful day.